On. And if you are coming, wrap up well, because even though it's not as windy as yesterday, it is feeling colder. And that is the forecast for all of us. If we take a look at that forecast, it's going to be...
We're waiting to hear more from the US military, and we're still waiting to hear details about what happened with the crew. 6 military personnel were believed to be on board this plane. The president said it was unacceptable, but we've seen that a number of attacks have been carried out by Iraqi militias here.
Hugo, thanks very much for that. Hugo Bachega, our correspondent in Erbil in northern Iraq. The UK economy failed to grow in January. That's according to the latest figures from the Office for National Statistics. As she knows, there is more to do. Officials in the US state of Michigan say Michael caught alight. He was later confirmed dead. Community. A group of MPs says there are still structural failings, serious structural failings, when delivering compensation to the victims of the Post Office Horizon IT scandal. The Business and Trade Select Committee says it's unacceptable that no interim payment has been made by Fujitsu, the Japanese company behind the faulty software, after it had said it had a moral obligation to contribute. Here's more from our business correspondent, Emma Simpson.
Everything's just a long, drawn-out process, and we just all, I think each and every one of us just want to be able to move forward.
I mean, we're burdened with having to prove all the time.
Just some of the many stories heard on BBC Breakfast about the impact of this scandal. Tim Brentnell was in his early 20s when he and his parents bought a post office. But he was convicted for false accounting after a big shortfall was wrongly recorded at his branch. It took more than a decade to clear his name, and he's still waiting for his full compensation.
I had an offer of 17% of my claim in the end of 2024 and have spent the whole of last year rewriting and re-evidencing my claim to resubmit, and it's due to go in very shortly.
MPs have been investigating how compensation and justice is being delivered. 1 year on from their last report, they say progress has been made. Nearly £1.5 billion has now been paid out to more than 11,500 claimants. But there are 1,528 victims still waiting for an offer, and more than 2,400, including Tim, are yet to receive the full redress they're owed.
We need the post office taken out of the system. Ministers need to take over and get those cheques in the post. But crucially, Fujitsu need to put an interim payment on the table now. This scandal has cost the taxpayer £2 billion. We've given £500 million of new contract extensions to Fujitsu, and they've not yet paid a penny. That is wrong, and that needs to change, and it needs to change now.
We're not a parasite, Chair.
Fujitsu's European boss got a grilling when he appeared before the MPs. In a statement, the company said it was talking to the government about its contribution. The government said it welcomed the report and would publish its response to the recommendations shortly. Meanwhile, the Post Office said it was processing applications as quickly as possible. Emma Simpson, BBC News.
It is 9:15. It's our last time for our last check-in with Matt, who's at Cheltenham, taking a look at the weather. Matt, morning.